Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. Otis and I are so excited to be here with you. We are just in our little routine. It's so nice. I never thought I would have a dog as a co-host. Never in a million years. But here we are. So happy to be here and doing what we do. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the anger, the jealousy, everything that we see coming and oozing out of the pores of Meghan Markle against Catherine. It's so blatant. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today and giving you some things to think about, some teachable moments. There's just certain things you don't do. And everything that we see coming from Meghan is just giving us the insight of the impending downfall. Because don't get it twisted, folks. Every single thing that we are seeing here with Harry and Meghan, it will come to an end. It will be over one day. It will. Trust me. We're just sitting there watching our soap opera and we just can't believe it. We cannot believe it. But there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to see and observe and to talk about. And I always want to give you some things to ponder and think about, just to give you a little bit more depth to the discussion. And that, my friends, is what we're talking about today. So let's get into it. Before I get on with what's going on with Meghan and Catherine, I just wanted to let you all know about Prince of Wales. He gave an update regarding Catherine. We all know the beautiful video came out from their family, just showing us their family life, the joy they show, things that give us insight into this very public couple, because they're a public couple, accountable to the people. They're doing things in a very tasteful, graceful way. And when Prince William was out, he visited the Swiss Valley Community Primary School, where he was greeted by crowds. And he told the crowds it's good news, but there is still a long way to go, when he was referring to how Catherine was doing. I know in my last video I said cancer free, and that's what the article said. It said she was cancer free. She was done with her chemotherapy. We do know, though, that she does still have a long way to go, and Prince William confirmed that. And we're grateful for the update that we know that she still has a lot more to still worry about in terms of the cancer reappearing or, not getting it all those kinds of things. But it definitely was a time to rejoice and celebrate. My microphone died, so I'm using a backup source. I hope it sounds okay. All right, so we know that Catherine is doing better, well, and it's so great to have her just kind of coming back. There's hope that the monarchy can have more attention on it rather than on what Meghan and what she is trying to do, because a very important point I want to make during today's video, something to think about. Because most recently, Samantha talked on Dan Wooten's show, Outspoken, about how Meghan wanted Samantha in the legal documents to refer to her as Duchess of Sussex. And it's like the audacity that you want to be called Duchess of Sussex, but you didn't want to do the work of a duchess. You are now a rogue kind of a person, but you're insisting on a title that you didn't want to hold up the responsibilities to do. And Samantha made a very good point, saying that since 1776, we got rid of that during the war. So we are independent now from Britain, and no longer are we going to acknowledge kings and queens and all these things. The closest she could have been to using her title as a duchess would have been in Canada, where it's still under the crown. But you're an America girl. Be an American. Or get rid of your American citizenship. Like, have a sacrifice. Have a stake in the wanting to be called Duchess. Make it be worth something by your sacrifice. And you look at someone like Meghan, she's there to just try to take over and be that voice. She wants to be that voice of, okay, I'm a black woman too sometimes, okay? I'm a duchess, call me Duchess. And be this voice of people that will allow her to be the ruler. Because we don't have these titles here in America. She is the first that's trying to use it as officially in her global stage. And it's to me, Meghan is the kind of person that can be very dangerous. Very dangerous to people that want to follow her lead and look to her as a leader. But that's not what my video is about today. I have to maybe do another video on it. Catch my live this weekend. I'm also going to be picking up on my series, the things people don't like about Meghan Markle, so people can really understand what all the hype is around people not really liking this woman. Now, it's going to be on Saturdays, 2 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I can't do it on a Saturday, but I'm going to be doing this series and hitting these important topics because we need to understand why people don't really like Meghan Markle. Like, really look at it for what it is, the things that she has done, to be educated about what all the big huff and puff is around this woman and why people they just like look at her sideways. Like, what? So catch that. I hope to see you there. Harry is the one that is able to open these doors for her. He is now the celebrity in America that people want to be associated with. And she knows that. And this is why she is using that Harry celebrity status to help open doors for her. In the United Kingdom, Harry would be more useful because his title would actually mean something. And Meghan is trying to make her title mean something here in America. And that's just not going to happen. Get it through your thick head, woman. It's not going to happen. So we all know that Catherine, Prince William, they came out with this beautiful video and showed us their family life. We got updates on Catherine. We heard some beautiful moving moments about Catherine and her illness with cancer and how she's dealing with it, the challenges that she has still ahead. And it gave us a lot of great insight. And from that video, Meghan was extremely jealous and I believe hateful towards Catherine just because of what she did next. Now, it was planned that they were going to speak at Godmother's, this new bookstore that opened up in Montecito, California. They had this whole display of all the authors that live in this area, and they called it their hometown heroes. And because Meghan and all her social climbing and wanting to be in the circle of the very important people with lots of money, she moved her butt to Montecito very strategically to be aligned with someone like an Oprah, who did the interview with her and Harry when they were freshly out of the royal family. We get it. Yada, 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 yada. We get what she was trying to do. She's not fooling anybody. And so now she's living in Montecito. This bookstore opens and there is Oprah and there is Meghan. But how did this all happen? How did it come together? How did it correlate into a PR moment for her? Well, it was released to a journalist who put some of the information out there shortly after Catherine's video was released. Now, I could imagine the opening of this bookstore would have been pre-planned. It would have been something that they had on the books before Catherine's release of her video was going to come out. And they just happened to try to overshadow that with having some photos from this bookstore event come out. And the way I see it, just because of the photos that were taken, it was shown to us in a very covert kind of way. We saw pictures of Meghan by someone that took the pictures while she was speaking because she was invited to speak at the opening of this bookstore. We saw photos of Oprah. We saw Meghan sitting there watching Oprah. But we didn't really see photos of Meghan and Oprah standing together. Like, we're here, take our picture. This is a photo op. She's not very well aligned with Oprah because Oprah got a lot of backlash from that Harry and Meghan interview that they did on the royal family. And I believe that Oprah is trying to distance herself from Meghan and Harry, more so Meghan. And we know this to be the case because of the things that Meghan was not invited to that Oprah had for other A-listers. So you may think there is an alliance there, but there isn't. And this is how it happened. So Meghan is showing up for this bookstore opening. And we all know that Meghan is represented by the William Morris Agency. And guess who else is represented by the William Morris Agency? The owner of the bookstore. So in my little world of imagining, perhaps Meghan's agent said to Jennifer Walsh, who is the co-owner of this bookstore, hey, when you have the opening of your bookstore, can you invite Meghan the Duchess? Can you invite her to the opening? We're just trying to get her out there more, trying to up her PR, give her more opportunities to be seen as a Duchess. And I'm imagining that Jennifer said, oh, okay, not knowing much about this Meghan Markle, but maybe because she is also good friends with Oprah. So much so that she coordinated and launched the conference department in 2014 that was responsible for creating the national conferences for Oprah Winfrey. So she has a good relationship with Oprah Winfrey. And I'm imagining that she wanted to invite Oprah to the opening of her bookstore. Oprah was like, okay, girl, I'll come to your opening. And then Meghan's agent wanted her to be there. And so it kind of all came together via the William Morris Agency is what I'm imagining because of their connections. But then we saw through the photos that were released initially, not really PR photos. We just saw someone tweeting about it in a covert kind of a way. They weren't really the nice, clear photo op photos. But then, my friends, what happens? Catherine and William come out with this beautiful video. They're getting so much PR and publicity. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, everywhere you look, Catherine William. Oh my goodness, Catherine William. Everywhere they were in the media and people received it beautifully. They loved it. The raves of this video were just so high and so positive. Meghan was like, yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't like that. And then she worked with her PR people. Okay. Put out some photos when I went to the bookstore. They put the photos out. But then things with her and Oprah wasn't really helping to subside the rave reviews of this video with Catherine and William and the children. She was like, still? They're not really talking about me. They're still talking about her. What? Oh, no, I can't have this. So during this 3-day event, because it was a 3-day event for this bookstore, they did take official photos. And then later, we started seeing the PR photos. Then we started seeing the photos of Meghan dressed nicely or not so nicely. I mean, the outfit was a little, I don't know. But nonetheless, she's there now with Harry because at first she wasn't with Harry. Now she's with Harry. They're taking photos. Everything's nice. But Oprah's not there. And Oprah did not take one of those PR photos with Meghan. It looked like from the photos I saw. You saw the little snapshots that someone else took, but you didn't see the photo that someone took of Oprah and Meghan that said, take our picture, cheese. You didn't see that, my friends. So that lets me know that perhaps Oprah is a little distant still from Meghan, still feeling a little bit slighted from the backlash of that Oprah Winfrey interview, because you still cannot even see that interview. It's still underground. It's not out there prevalent on Oprah's social media sites. It's not, here's a link, watch it. I mean, it's like so difficult to watch that interview still. So that says a lot. Okay, Oprah, she made her money and then she's off to the next thing. Meghan and Harry are there with the other owners taking their pictures, their PR, blah, blah, blah. Oprah's nowhere to be found. But Meghan is now in the position to show the PR photos because Catherine's still getting all the attention and she was just not feeling it. And then she said, release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
And then you see these new photos of her. But guess what, folks? People are still talking about Catherine. People are still moved by it. People are still watching it over and over again. And looking at Meghan as just some petulant child who doesn't know how to be kind. Because let's not get it twisted. What does it mean when someone tries to steal your thunder? When someone tries to overshadow you, especially a person who is dealing with cancer? What does that say to you? That is a very evil, vindictive, mean, nasty, no good for nothing roach of a woman. To try to steal the thunder from a woman who has been suffering from cancer. She's celebrating she's done with chemo. Why would you want to overshadow that by these other photos coming out later that were PR related photos? Okay, because they were shared then on the websites or the social media of the owners of this bookstore, godfather or godmother. Now, I found some interesting information about what happened at the bookstore opening. They say that Harry played a part in curating the bookstore's name, as he had his own book party in Beverly Hills, apparently. He thanked Oprah and Victoria and Jennifer, the co-owners of this bookstore, for being his fairy godmothers. And this is how I guess the name came about. I can't confirm that or not. But nonetheless, godmothers to Harry is something that he looks to. He's looking at these two very well-connected women, very wealthy women, to be his fairy godmothers while he's in America. Because, yeah, he needs somebody to be a mother. He's already looking to his wife, in my opinion, as his new mother. Now that his mother is passed on, he needs this mother type image. And this is where we get godmother for these two ladies that they have now befriended. Victoria went on to say, who has been a friend of Harry and Meghan since they arrived in California several years ago, that seeing Harry and Meghan be able to come here and be in a safe space, it's what we want it to be, this bookstore. So this tells me as well that Harry and Meghan have fed the owners of this bookstore a load of crap about not being safe in the United Kingdom and being scared. And oh my goodness, we had to leave. We had to leave to get to a safe place here in California because there's so many bad people over in the United Kingdom. And this quote told me a lot about the narrative that Harry and Meghan are feeding people in the States about not having safety and not having people there to take care of them, being these very independent children that need these grown-up, well-connected, wealthy people to be their surrogate mothers. That's what it tells me, folks. And we all know that Oprah at one point in the beginning said that 1,000% that she said that the pair's move away from the UK and distancing from the regal duties is something that she supported 1,000%. And I guess that's why Oprah may feel that she still has to support, in a very low profile kind of way, Harry and Meghan, because she knows they're bad news, I believe. She knows you're not going to get nothing but grief if you align yourself with Harry and Meghan. And these two women who have opened this godmother bookstore, I think they will find this out too very soon, now that they have gone public with their relationship to Meghan and Harry. And then I'm going to tell you about something else that Meghan said that gives me more insight of what she's feeding people about those people over in the United Kingdom, those royals. She told Town and Country magazine that she wanted to thank Jennifer and Victoria for not just creating the space, but for holding the space for so many people to feel seen through the pages, either in laughter and grief and feeling less alone. Alone. These are words that Meghan feels, I believe. And she feels alone. She feels like we need you to be there, to be our mothers. Thanks for creating this space, this bookstore, because you are helping me and so many other people who don't have their voices heard through their books. And so she's feeding this, and she's trying to show that she needs you. She needs you to be there to give her warmth and love so that she can feel welcome by your richness and your connections to all the people in Hollywood. I need you to be there for me. And these people feel like, oh, well, of course, Meghan, I want to help you, you poor thing. That's just terrible what those royals did to you. Are you serious? Oh, my goodness, Meghan. I want to help you. Here, you need to contact so-and-so and contact so-and-so. And yes, you know, when my agent Ari told me that you wanted to come to our opening, I was like, oh, really? And it just kind of oozes from there in the deception, folks. So this is how it goes on. And this is the jealousy that Meghan has felt, the way she feels about Catherine and the others, trying to overshadow them to really get a sense of power that she's trying to get from all the things she's trying to do in America. I want to leave you with these quotes right here that I saw actually today, and it was so well received on my behalf because I could appreciate these quotes, and I also thought it could pertain to someone like a Meghan. This quote comes from Johnny Depp, and we all know what Johnny Depp has gone through with Amber Heard and the trial, because I believe Amber Heard is a very much aligned in thinking and psychologically manipulative type of behavior as Meghan Markle. And this is what Johnny Depp has said. The worst prison in the world is a home without peace. And he goes on to say, be careful who you marry or who you fall in love with. And if that is not a wake-up call to Harry, I don't know what is, folks. I don't know. Because if anybody knows what it's like not to have peace at home, is a Johnny Depp. He's been there, folks. He's been there at the separation with a woman that is very much in the mindset psychologically, I believe, as Meghan Markle. And we can see Harry's future through the eyes of Johnny Depp. And this warning, or this quote, this beautiful quote that Johnny Depp has said should be the wake-up call for someone like Harry, because you have a woman who is willing to do the most egregious thing to a woman with cancer, a woman who is suffering. She's willing to try to overshadow someone like a Catherine. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about the mind of a Meghan Markle. Because that right there, my friends, is a very deceptive and mean kind of a person. Wake up, Harry. Your future has just been told by Johnny Depp. And with that, that is all I have to say. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Bye.